Hello YouTube, this is Morgan at Airspeed Prime here at my next Avatar book review. This one is going to be my review for the Avatar The Last Airbender coloring book. This was obviously announced a couple of months ago and is now out. Release date for this was October 5th, so just this Wednesday, and in comic book stores. It'll be out 13 days from October 5th, so October 18th will be the release date from like Amazon and stuff like that. Maybe a little later because it's the coloring book, I'm not entirely sure, but it's out in some places right now. So picked it up here. Haven't actually done any coloring in it, so this is mainly just a review of like what the book is, how many pieces of art we get, and so on. So there's the cover anyway, and it's really nice. It's actually quite nice, and you can sort of see the kind of shiny effect that you kind of have there from the logo, as well as the little bits of gold all over Aang, as well as the blue for the arrow. And that's really all. That's the only text on the cover. But let's look at the back briefly. Just once again, Avatar Last Airbender coloring book. And what it says here is, from Aang's awakening in the frozen lands of the Southern Water Tribe to his fiery final showdown with Ozai, relive your favorite moments from one of the most popular animated shows of all time, Avatar The Last Airbender, with this beautiful coloring book, filled with 45 black and white illustrations by popular artist Jed Henry, and produced in close collaboration with the show's creators, Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko. This book is sure to be a hit with any Avatar fan or coloring book enthusiast. And there's a look at some of the images. It's pretty nice. Retail price $14.99 US dollars, $19.99 Canadian dollars, and of course is done by Dark Horse. And because they've recently gotten into doing these coloring books, and there's one for this, I think there's Serenity, I think a Serenity coloring book was also released at the same time as this, and then they're doing it for some of their other properties. I would expect a Korra coloring book at some point in the future. They do have this hashtag DH Colors, and I think they're currently running a competition right now for this stuff, so definitely check that out if you're really into the kind of adult coloring book side of things. Dark Horse seem to be getting really into it. Of course, officially licensed by Nickelodeon. But let's get into the book itself. I have a few of the images marked off as some of the ones that I really like. But yeah, as the back of the book says, 45 images. And the way the book is done, as I'll show you here, is quite interesting. It's in order, like it starts with book 1, episode 1, and the last one is from 321. And it's obviously completely in order. Some episodes don't have a picture, a piece of art to colour in. So some episodes have multiple ones, but it's interesting. The usual kind of same staff here: Mike Richardson, Dave Marshall, editor, assistant editor Rachel Roberts, designer Sarah Terry, and stuff like that. Illustrations, of course, by Jed Henry, and as it said in the back, Mike and Brian were somewhat involved in this book. But here we go. Here's the main format of these things. The actual colouring pages are always on the right-hand side of the book, so you always will cover here. Makes sense. But on the left-hand side, you get a mostly blank page, but you do get a quote from the episode. So here we go. Katara Book 1 Water, Chapter 1, The Boy in the Iceberg, and we get the whole speech from the first episode. And they do that for every single one of these 45 images. So there's the first one, obviously Boy in the Iceberg. Second page here is just one of Appa, and it's from episode 2, The Avatar Returns, and it says, what was it the kid said? Yeehaw, hup hup, wahoo, yip yip. So that's the quote that we get here. And I think it's really well done. The quote usually works really well with the image here. Here's a really nice kind of stock, kind of standard image of Sokka, and you can sort of see straight away already that it's a nice blend of like, some of them are just one character, some of them are kind of whole group shots, some of them are action shots like this one. So there's a lot of different things to kind of color if you like to do detail, if you like to just kind of focus in on the characters' details and just a larger image of them. Here's a nice action shot with Katara. There's the cover image, which is definitely one of the nicer ones in the book. And the first one I have marked off here is this really nice image here. It's basically Book 1 Water, Chapter 3, Southern Air Temple, and it's meant to just highlight the Avatar cycle. And this is one of the things I really like about this book, is that it doesn't try to be like crazy accurate to what actually happened in the show. It's definitely kind of artistic interpretation of moments in the show. So basically the Hall of Avatar statues, instead of him just drawing a bunch of statues. He actually kind of goes like, no, let's kind of show these avatars kind of in motion. Let's really show the concept of the avatar, the cycle. So you have Aang there, Roku, Kyoshi, Kuruk, Yang Chen. Then we get, obviously, the avatars that we don't know about. So Avatar Jafar, as people like to call him, the male Earth avatar before Kyoshi. And then, like, more clearly, we get a better look at the other avatars overall. Kyoshi Warriors here on this page. Really apologies for the camera work. My camera stand is kind of broken at the moment, so I'm going to have to kind of one-handed kind of go through the pages. Let's skip ahead a little bit. There's some of the Iroh stuff, and again, like, Iroh wasn't really wearing like clothing that had that much patterns in it, but for the whole sake of it being a coloring book, there's a little bit more for you to do. There's the waterbending scroll episode, some training. There's the moment where Ozai burns Zuko. Katara getting burned by Aang. There's the Blue Spirit. Next one I have marked here is this really nice image from the Book 1 finale. Basically the goodbye moment between Yue and Sokka. I think it's really nicely done, and the art really does stand out. Moving ahead a little bit, there's one with Toph from the Blind Bandit episode. There's another one, Bitter Work. That's a really nice image. I'm doing the one-handed push-ups of Toph on a rock. That's very fitting, but it didn't actually happen, obviously, in the show, so it's a nice interpretation. You know, his version of Wan Shi Tong is different, but interesting enough. There's the characters. Serpent's Pass. There's a nice image of Sokka and Suki from the Serpent's Pass. Next one I have marked is this one, obviously from the Tales of Ba Sing Se. There's obviously Iroh at Lu Ten's grave, and you get the quote of the song here on this page, which is very nice. Skip ahead a good few pages onto Nightmares and Daydreams. This is the image they chose from that, so Aang's daydream of kissing Katara, being the same height as her at this point in time. That's quite nice. Next one I have marked is this one from the Firebending Masters. Really, really detailed image of Ran and Shaw up close. And then there's Aang and Zuko in the middle. So really, really nice. Getting towards the end here, there's some of the final fight. Aang and Ozai, really detailed kind of lightning stuff, earth, air, water. You actually get 3 shots of the final fight. There's the middle section of the fight, and then the final bit of energy bending is the last page of the book. Then we just get a little bit of about the artist, some details on him. Then we end with basically this interesting thing that just really highlights how much Avatar merchandise is actually out. All of the graphic novels listed there, all the different library editions, all the art books, all the other collectibles like the Naga plushie and the statues in the back. So really, really nice book this, for sure. Obviously, I'm not crazy into colouring, but I'm definitely going to give it a shot. I'll probably do a follow-up video to this one where I'll at least show off the 1 or 2 I've attempted to colour in the book. But I can't see myself like filling in the entire book. But I do want to, show you guys kind of what it looks like with at least one of them coloured in, even if my colouring is awful. But I can see how people who are really into the whole hobby of adult colouring, which has taken off in the last few years, really like, if you're a really big Avatar fan and like the colouring side of things, this is a perfect book for you. And I think, as I said, there's 45 images, the art is really nice, there's a good different kind of blend of different types of images and stuff like that. It seems like maybe even if not all of the images are ones you'd like to colour in, there's definitely going to be something for you here. Covers a large group of episodes from all across the season. And I can definitely see if this is successful and sells enough that they'll do a Korra version of this, where it's a Korra colouring book. So yeah, that's it. In the comments, if you have any questions about the book, let me know. But other than that, I suppose if you have the book yourself, let me know what your thoughts are on it. Any tips for me if going into this whole adult colouring thing, definitely give them to me. But yeah, that's basically the video. I'll end by saying links in the description to my Twitter and Tumblr accounts if you want to follow me on social media. And also, if you want to support my channel so I can make more videos, better videos, links to my Patreon page and also my PayPal donation link are in the description as well. But that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.